about kale is it likes it cool. And, we're here, this is the second day of winter, I think. And look at how many grains you have. That's amazing. And I'm just going to pinch off a little bit of each, since this is fresh. I probably don't need as much as I think I do, but I'm going to get all of the nutrition that we can. I'm anxious to see what color this turns the smoothie, like I said, because it's such a dark purple. I think this is going to be really pretty. And I'm also anxious to see what it tastes like. Usually when you put greens in a smoothie, you can't even tell they're there. It's just the color that gives it away. So it's a great way to get people who don't like vegetables to consume them.
Hi, I'm Jamie Meyer, and I'm here today to do a demonstration for the Creative Aging Network. And I'm going to show you how to make a smoothie bowl. And for anybody that's ever made a smoothie, you already know what that is. But to make a smoothie bowl, you're going to use your smoothie as a base, and I like to think of it as your canvas. And then you're going to add on to it so that you have a beautiful presentation. And to get started, we're going to make a protein-rich smoothie first. I'm going to do 3 different kinds of smoothies, and the ingredients are peanuts, and you can use peanut butter if you want, oats, just rolled oats, old-fashioned, and this is flaxseed, and I'll tell you the measurement. All right, so here we have 3 tablespoons of oats, a tablespoon of flaxseed, and a 1/4 cup of peanuts. And then I'm going to slice this banana, but you can use a whole banana. The riper the banana, the better. And that means that if you have a banana that's almost black, that's going to be the sweetest that you can use. So I'm going to use these later to put on top. All right. And I'm using a Vitamix blender. So these have a kind of a specific way they tell you to put your ingredients in. But if you don't have a blender for smoothies, you can get, this is not the cheapest one that you can get. You can find some that are just for smoothies that are perfectly fine. I've used them before and they do great. Okay, so I have just the like I said, this is like the canvas, and I'm going to add bananas on top, and you can really add pretty much anything you want to your smoothie. And then to give it some color, I brought some fun things, and all of these things that I'm using today are straight out of my refrigerator, freezer, or garden. I didn't purchase anything special. So you can really make smoothies out of just about anything edible. And the thing that I like about doing these smoothie bowls is it's kind of a fun way to get kids involved because you get to decorate it, and you can kind of add anything you want, which gives them, control over it. So if you have grandkids coming over for the holidays, fun way to get them involved. I'm going to add nuts to this one. All right, so there's number 1. So this is a protein smoothie bowl, and the peanuts and the oats, the flaxseed all are giving you like, a lot of protein along with the almond milk. So it's vegan. I usually use almond milk for my wet ingredients. And the amount that I put in usually depends on whether or not I'm using frozen or fresh. So frozen, usually I have to use a little bit more. And then if it's fresh, you can use a little bit less because there's more water content. This next smoothie is a green smoothie, and it only has 3 ingredients because I wanted to keep this one simple just to show you that you can make something that basically takes no time at all. I've got just as much kale as you want. I'm going to use all 3 of these leaves. And of course, if you have fresh kale, that's the best, but you can also use frozen, which is what I normally use. All right, so I've got my kale, and then I am using Kobani strawberry yogurt, and my preference really is to use plain yogurt without anything in it, and then use some kind of frozen fruit. But I thought today, just to keep it simple, I'm going to use something that already has flavoring in it. I like to try to keep everything as natural as possible, but in a pinch, this is pretty darn tasty. So I've got just a cupful of Kobani, and then I'm going to add my almond milk, and I'm going to start with this is about 1/4 of a cup, and this I might do less than that because I don't want it to be too runny. It's easier to add more later. And I usually try to blend mine until I don't really see the leaves, but I'm going to still see a little kind of speckled. So okay, so this green smoothie has a container of Kobani strawberry yogurt. You can use any kind of yogurt you want. This is the 5.3 ounce container. And if you use plain, then I would recommend either adding frozen fruit or a little bit of honey. I use probably a little bit less than 1/4 of a cup of almond milk, and then as much kale as you want to. This is an apple cider smoothie, and I got the recipe off of the internet, of course, and I kind of altered it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice a little bit of the apple so that I can use it on top. Set this aside. And then the rest of it's going to go in the blender. So right now we have the apple, and then this is 3 tablespoons of dried cranberries. This is about a 1/4 inch cube of ginger. I love putting ginger in everything, just about. I'm going to call that about a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And here comes the almond milk, so probably just a little less than 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to add, since I have it, this was the recipe, but guess what? I'm going to add this kale. I know it's as much fun decorating it as it is. Okay, so there's smoothie bowl number 3, and again, this was the apple cider smoothie, and The ingredients are 3 tablespoons of dried cranberry, a quarter of a teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4-inch cube piece of ginger, 1 apple, and a 1/4 cup of almond milk. And just to kind of reiterate, when you're making a smoothie, the basics are that you have to have a liquid, and that could be any liquid, including water. You can use milk if you want to. I like to use almond milk for mine. Something to thicken it, so you can use banana, yogurt. You can even use peanut butter, and then you want some kind of sweetness to it. Some kind of fruit, so it could be a fresh fruit or a frozen fruit. And then, for your green smoothies, and I think of green smoothies as everything that's vegetable. So carrots are great, spinach and kale. Trying to think of all the things that I like to use. Sometimes I'll put celery in my smoothies too. Okay, so here they all 3 are, all of their glory. So once again, this is the protein-rich smoothie, green smoothie, and apple cider. All right, well, thanks for joining me, and I hope that you make your own smoothie. There are probably 5 billion smoothie recipes online, so find one that has some of the ingredients that you have in your refrigerator and try it out. Thank you.